Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode here on True Confessions, Naija. The confession you're about to listen to comes from a message we received from our admin, and it comes from a sister, and the message, it reads like this. Hello, everyone. Please keep my name anonymous. I am 22 years old, and I want to share something very personal about my life. My story is not easy for me to say because sometimes, even I don't understand if what I experience is real or if it's just something spiritual. But what I know for sure is that it has shaped who I am today. I grew up in a wealthy family. My dad was a businessman, very respected in our community. People admired us from the outside. We had a beautiful home, cars, workers, everything. But inside that house, I started experiencing things that no child should ever go through. I was just about 7 years old when it started. One afternoon, my parents were at work. My dad ran his own business and my mom helped him. So the house was just me, my siblings, our maid, and the gardener. I remember playing in the sitting room when suddenly I saw something move in my parents' bedroom. When I looked carefully, my heart froze. It was a snake, not a small snake, a huge one, yellow in color, thick like a python. I screamed for my siblings, and the maid came running. When we all looked inside the bedroom, the snake was curled up near the bed. I still remember the way its skin was shining. We panicked, we shouted, we threw small things at it, but the snake didn't move. It just stayed there, staring at us with its cold, unblinking eyes. The maid quickly called my parents. I thought they would tell us to call neighbors, maybe to kill it. But no, my dad said, "Don't call anyone. Just close the door and wait." But we were afraid. The window was open. What if the snake escaped? What if it crawled out and came back at night? We didn't close the door. We just stood there, frozen, holding sticks and stones in case it attacked. When my parents finally came home, they found us with weapons in the hallway. And instead of being worried about the snake, my father was angry, very angry. I saw a side of him that I've never seen before. He shouted at the maid and the gardener for not listening to his instructions. He didn't even want to hear our explanation. That night, he fired them both. He paid them 3 months' salary and sent them away immediately. But what shocked me the most is this. When everyone left, my father entered the bedroom where the snake was. He closed the door. Until today, I don't remember ever seeing that snake again. No one explained anything to me. No one mentioned it again. But from that day onwards, something strange started happening to me. I began having dreams, the same dream over and over. In the dream, I was always with that same yellow snake. Sometimes we would be in the forest, sometimes in my house, but the snake was always there. And instead of chasing me, it would play with me. I know it sounds crazy, but in the dreams, I felt like I was connected to the snake, like it was part of me. At first, the dreams terrified me. I would wake up sweating, crying, unable to sleep again. But no matter how hard I prayed, the dreams kept coming back. When I got to high school, I thought maybe the dreams would stop. Maybe I would live a normal life. I met a boy, my first love. He was sweet, funny, and he made me feel normal. I thought finally, maybe I can be like every other girl. But then, he started complaining. He told me something that broke my heart. He said every night in his dreams, he was being chased by a snake. Sometimes he said it wasn't just a snake. Sometimes he would see me, but then I would transform into a snake and try to swallow him. I thought he was joking, but he was dead serious. He said, I love you, but I can't do this anymore. If I don't leave you, I think I will die. That was how my first love ended. I was just a teenager and I couldn't understand. All I knew was that once again, the snake was controlling my life. After that, no boy ever came close to me. I used to think maybe it was because my dad was rich and boys were intimidated. But deep down, I knew there was something else. When I went to college, I met a girl. She was from a rich family too, and we became friends. For the first time, I had someone I could tell everything. I told her about the snake, about the dreams, about how boys avoided me, and she didn't look at me like I was crazy. Instead, she said, "That's normal." Normal? I couldn't believe it. She told me her family also did rituals, and then she dropped a bombshell. Your father is a ritualist. That snake is not ordinary. It's part of the sacrifices your father did for wealth and protection. That's why you are experiencing all of this. I was in shock. She said, look at your life. Don't you have everything you want? Don't you go to good schools, wear nice clothes, party with the rich? That's because of the sacrifices. You should be grateful. I told her, I don't care about money. I just want to be normal. I want to fall in love, to marry, to have a family. She laughed and said, then stop fighting it. Embrace it. That's when she taught me something that changed everything. Lucid dreaming. She said I didn't have to run away from the snake. I could control the dream. I could choose what happened. At first, I was scared, but she guided me. I started practicing during afternoon naps. Slowly, I began controlling my dreams, and then everything changed. The snake stopped chasing me. It stopped frightening me. Instead, it transformed. One night, as I stood in my dream, the snake turned into a very handsome man, tall, dark, and powerful. He smiled at me, and instead of fear, I felt love. From that day, in my dreams, I was no longer a victim. I was in a relationship with him, with the snake. As strange as it sounds, my desire for men in real life disappeared. I no longer cared about dating. Even when my best friend suggested we should date each other, I told her no. I said I don't need anyone. I'm in love with myself. And with what I have in my dreams, I'm very much okay. Now, I live a double life. In the daytime, I'm just a 22-year-old girl from a rich family. But at night, I go to sleep and enter a world where I am loved by someone no one else can see. Sometimes I ask myself, is this a curse or a blessing? Is my father really a ritualist? Did he sacrifice something that tied me to this snake forever? Or is this all just in my head? I don't know. All I know is that in real life, I feel empty when I try to love someone else. But in my dreams, with him, I feel complete. So my brothers and sisters listening to this, what do you think? Have you heard of something like this before? Is this what they call spirit husband? Or is it just lucid dreaming? Please talk to me in the comment section because this is my reality and this is my confession. Thanks for letting me open up. I'll be following up the conversation in the comment section to learn your views. Thanks again, Uncle Ori. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sisters. Let us try to talk to her and advise her in the comment section. Things they really happen for this our world. Now, wow.